Hi, it's Nancy Vastine again, and I'm back with part 2 of our little book we're making. This little book. And because I put so many pages in, I kind of had this little lap over, fold over thing. I kind of had to make it have a little gusset in it, because I put 10 pages in it. And I thought I was going to have to on the back, so I kind of did it, but I really don't need to. So if you're going to put a lot of pages in, you need a gusset. I'll show you. These are 10 pages, so that makes 20 pages in here. And so in order for that, well, in order for this to fold over correctly and not bow, you need this little gusset, which is 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, and see my paper cracked right there. No big deal, just run a bead of glue across that and it won't crack anymore. So then, while I was gone, I got all my little papers folded. There's 10 sheets of paper folded in half. So that gives you 20 sheets of paper. But if you're just going, this is not paper that you need to put a lot of mediums on, you know. You can put a few mediums on it, but not real wet mediums to make it, you know, big fat book. Now my question is, to sew this up, should we use, I only have 2 colors of waxed linen, waxed cotton to sew it with. So, should I use this one or the black one? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I think I'm going to use the black one. For some reason, I don't know. That just came to mind. We're going to do a pamphlet stitch. But first of all, I'm going to pokey my holes. And while I was gone, I dyed some... Can you see this? I'm getting it over to you. I dyed some... It's called seam binding here in the United States. It's kind of like a ribbon type stuff. I dyed it with pt2 SEI dye, which is a fabric dye. So if it gets wet, it won't go anywhere. And so it's just kind of hanging up here on my boom arm, drying a little bit. So, yeah. And I had rubber gloves on so that wouldn't stain my hands. Anytime you're using permanent dyes like that, you need to put rubber gloves on. Yeah, you'll have tea-dyed hands. Or whatever color you're using. Okay, so let's get ready here to... Oh, and another thing I did is I cut the leftovers. I cut them in half. I cut them a little under 6 inches and did the tops for tags. Yeah, to go in the pocket. You have instant tags. Don't ever want to waste anything. I have a phone book, and I think I see some people I know numbers in here. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The reason I have a phone book here is something... and a dog hair from Belle. I need something soft to poke the holes in. Yeah, and Belle's hair keeps showing up for some reason. It keeps showing up on the page. We have little teeny tiny black hairs floating all over our house, which get in our nose. The guy says it gets in the furnace filter. Oh my gosh, guys, I have to tell you. We have had the worst luck anybody can have. I'm going to get my pokey tool and poke some holes. Sunday night, my mother-in-law got ill. Now, she's 89 years old. Okay, what I'm going to do here is just find my... This is 6 inches. I'm going to kind of find a center. And if I don't, oh well. Because that looks good. Because I'm going to poke a hole here. Okay. My mother-in-law got really sick. She was very, very ill. Oh, that kind of went screwy. And her herself, she's an RN, and she thought she was stroking out. So we decided to call an ambulance and get her to the hospital and get her checked out. I don't care if my holes are screwy in this or not. I'm not going to do one at a time, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to come down 2 inches, maybe not. Yeah, 2 inches. Let me look and see what I did on this one. I can't remember. Maybe it was just 1.5 inches. No, it looks like 2 inches. I came down. No, it was 1 inch and 3/4 is what I came down from the top. 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches is what I came down from the top. So that's what we're going to do on this one. Anyway, so the ambulance came, took her to the hospital, and found out she just had vertigo. And they treated her for vertigo and sent her home. Okay, so that was good news. She wasn't stroking out, which we thought she was. And she thought she was, but no. Okay, so she comes home, and my sister-in-law lives here also, and so she went to the hospital. We all figured out, they didn't need all of us over there, and if anything was going to be bad, they'd call us, and we could get to the hospital real quick. It's not that far from our home. So, yeah, and I noticed that it kept getting colder and colder and colder in our house, and I thought, but you know me, I just figured, well, you know, it was nighttime. Mom always turns the heat down at night. We're going to continue on and do this on our page here. We're going to find the center. Actually, we're going to put these in here. Like so. We're going to poke holes. And, it was getting colder and colder and colder. Of course, we live in the basement. And so our room, we have a space heater in our room. So it was okay. But if you came on the outside of the basement or went to the bathroom, it was really cold. But, you know, I didn't give it a second thought. Mom comes home about 4 o'clock in the morning. They release her. They treated her for vertigo. That's what she had, was vertigo. Okay, we got our holes poked in our cover and in our pages and in our phone book. Yeah, we got holes poked in our phone book too. Cool. Anyway, she goes to bed, and in the morning she calls downstairs and she said, our furnace is broke. And I was like, oh, Well, I went and I flipped the switch, and all I did was flip a switch for it to come on, for the fan to come on, reset the fan. The motor was burned out, so we had to call a guy on Sunday to come and look at our furnace, and sure enough, our motor was done for. So we had to have a new furnace, but we couldn't get a new furnace until Monday, because it was either a new furnace or put a new motor in an old furnace, and we decided we didn't want to do that. So anyhow, I'm measuring up here, trying to get these even with my holes. Whether they are or not, I don't really care. It'll all come out in the wash. I promise you it will. We're just going to get these signatures sewed in here. Okay, so we ended up having to get a new furnace. Okay, which is okay. Then, as the days go on, my husband decides he wants to buy some stuff on the internet. And so I go check our bank account, and yeah, you won't believe somebody hacked our bank account. Luckily, thankfully, our bills had all came through, and so there wasn't much left in the bank. Phew. Because this person had gotten our debit card and had taken money out for a Western Union, and they only got see, there was $55 pending to a Western Union, and I was like, what? Nobody made any Western Union thingies on my bank account. So I found out they hacked our bank account. Not only that, but after they'd done the $55, they went back in and tried to do $550, and there wasn't that much money in the bank, so they didn't get that. So we had to shut our debit card down. Had to go fill out paperwork, get it for a new debit card. Oh, it's a big hassle, because a thief out there just wants to make money, I guess, on seeing how they can screw around with somebody's money. Anyway, I can't find the end of this. I see it right here. There we go. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to measure 1, 2, that should be enough. Can y'all see that? 2, maybe a little bit too, yeah. A little bit. I'm reaching over, guys, to get some scissors, sorry. A little titch to grow on. Now this is not as waxed as this. They must be 2 different kinds. I'm going to thread my needle here. Okay, now you're not going to tie a knot in it. And I think I want to start these at the top, because I want to hang danglies. And if you hang danglies off of the center one, then when you open your book and it sits, yeah, your danglies are in the way. This way you can hang them at the top, and you can they won't be in the way. So I'm going to start this at the top one, and I'm going to go through the back side. Okay, and then I'm going to find my hole to my signature. Oh my goodness, it's not so easy. Because my hole is not straight. And did I say I didn't care? Maybe I do. Okay, I found that one. That one. Sometimes you just have to mess around with them, especially if you got a lot of signatures. Push it through. Pull it through all the signatures. And I'm going to leave a tail. For danglies, I'm going to leave a tail. Okay? Now I'm going to jump down to the bottom one. Okay, I'm going to go through these. My end frame. Y'all see what I'm doing? Went from the top to the bottom. Oh my goodness, there's my hole. Ah. Okay. I got it through my signatures. Okay. Get it through this little hole here, my cover. Alright, and I'm going to pull it tight. Okay, pull this tight. When you're pulling tight, you want to pull it at an angle, not straight up. Okay, now we're going to go up through the center. Find this hole, and they're going to loosen up because you know they just do. I'm really doing this screwy, guys, for you, but I shouldn't have put so many signatures in, I guess. I wanted to be nice. And I know I'm struggling, but it'll be alright. I shall get them. I promise. There it is. I'm pushing real hard on that table. Okay, got him up there. I think I did this wrong. Oh, okay, guys, Alright, okay, we're gonna pull that one out. Take it off my needle. It's already off my needle. Pull this one out. And pull this one out. We're going to go down through the center one. See how I started up here. I kind of got confused. So, okay. That's okay. I run on confusion. If I'm not confused, it's not a good day. Okay, we're going to go down through the center one. Up through the top one. Or bottom, or whichever one this one is. Okay. At least I made my holes better. Alright. Pull it tight. Gonna go down through the center one. And one of these I have to go back down through again. So it's gonna be this. I'm still confused. I think I'm finished. That's it. And then I tie this off. Okay. Alright, guys. Did I confuse you? I'm sure I did. I'm not used to starting at the top. All of our signatures are sewed in. They're tight. And we're going to tie this off here. And we're going to make it at the top. I've designated this as our top. So I'm going to go over, I'm pulling it real tight. Okay, and because this is waxed, it's going to stay there. I'm going to pull it, make a knot, pull it real tight. Okay, now we have things to hang our danglies off of. Yeah, and now it is a book. It's our book. You see that? It's our book. We can hang danglies off of that, and when we're working in it, we can still, you know, we can put them up here, and we can work on this page, and these pages will fold out flat for you. See that? Now, because I made our tags, see our little tags go in here, like so. We have some tags. And then we're going to have this ribbon when it gets dry. It won't take too much long. And we'll wrap that around. We can put it underneath our cords here so it won't go away. And yeah. And we have our little book. And that's how we make our book. And I'm sorry you're confused. Out of our little file folders. There are cavallini folders, which are really nice and stiff and hard, and yeah, they make good covers for little journals. Yes, and so that's how that's going to be. This is not dry yet, but I want to kind of show you how we can loop it through here. Okay, and however many times you want. If you don't want this much, you can cut it off. But you can tie it around, tie it around, tie it around, and then tie it in a bow. There's your closure for your book. And there's your little book. See that? Except for that part's supposed to be out on the outside. Anyway. Yeah, you know. Because I'm a dork today. It goes on the outside like that. And then you tie your tie in the front. Like so. And there's your little book. So there you go. Alrighty guys, if you like it, thumbs up. And be sure you subscribe. Thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, I can't get this to shut off.